my name is Vip Vipperman, and I'm excited to be back today on the Back in the Bold podcast here in Fort Worth, Texas, with my friend Tawnya. Tawnya is so excited to get a chance to talk with you today, learn a little bit more about your story and how you got plugged in to Eagle Venture Studio. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
What would you like to know in particular?
Give me a little bit of your background, like childhood up to, the last 5 years.
Well, that's a really long story, so I'm not going to do that to you.
Okay.
But I can start with really my transition to Dallas.
Perfect.
Okay, so about 4 years ago now, my husband and I moved from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay.
My background is predominantly in manufacturing and supply chain operations. So I grew up through a lot of large and middle-sized corporate companies and industry agnostic, not only in technology, so mostly semiconductor. And so my responsibility through all those different transitions was putting together whole supply chain management procurement platforms for Fortune 100, 500,
interesting,
privately held company.
Yeah.
Did a short transition into nonprofit work. And a few boards after I had my son. And then when we moved here, the idea was I had a bit of an identity crisis. I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So spent about a year and a half trying to figure that out. Started some networking and thought about doing some consulting work, advisory work. And that's how I met Mark Crumblish. Okay. And so initially, the desire is to be the advisory arm for Profit Inc. and for Performa potentially to support from a subject matter expert perspective with the output of their readout summaries to help companies basically execute on those levers that the analytical tools would provide.
Right.
So that's really how I met Mark Crumblish about 5 months ago.
Nice. So a lot of experience in operations, a lot of business knowledge, my experience in the supply chains, right? That's really fascinating. Can I ask, did you study those things in college or just something that you kind of stepped into as you built your career?
No, what's interesting is I was going to go to the Naval Academy.
Okay.
It's important to mention that because that helped me with the story about EBS and the synergies and for me and why I wanted to become part of this family.
Yeah, so much military.
A lot of military. So I pivoted and didn't end up, I was appointed to the Naval Academy, didn't end up going. Into business instead. Very versatile. So no, I did not study those things. I ended up at Intel, one of my first jobs out of college. And went into procurement. And that shot me global, and that's where that was born.
Awesome. Oh, that's fascinating. So sounds like, have you worked in the entrepreneurial space a lot over the years? Like, I mean, these companies always joke, like Eagle Venture Fund invests in companies where there's like a dude and a laptop or a really nice gal and a laptop, right? Like typically early on. Now they grow, obviously, over time. Some of the companies have 40, 50 employees, that type of thing, and have expanded quite a bit. But is being in the entrepreneurial world as opposed to being in a larger company, is that an exciting thing or a little different?
It's sort of different.
Yeah.
In that I would say that even though I grew up in Fortune 100, 500, but a bunch of different companies, different sizes, mid-size, for-profit, non-profit, private. I mean, just had those different opportunities.
Yeah.
In semiconductor, you really are entrepreneurial in spirit because the product life cycles are less than 3 to 6 months. So you're always reinventing. There's always ideation. In fact, could have used the Performa tool set
back then
to save a lot of resources and virtual pitch decks and innovation. I think is a huge opportunity now that I didn't have then with my engineering teams. So I would say that was extremely entrepreneurial. And a lot of movement and just, so I don't know.
No, that's exciting. That's really interesting.
Very entrepreneurial.
Totally. And when it comes to business, like what is your favorite part of a business, or what is like a culture that's really helped you stay for the long term?
A culture of respect. Not much caste system or hierarchy, but everybody working together. You have the ego at the door, but you're not afraid to have integrity, which leads to passion, which typically leads to conflict. Right? If you get past that, you get to greatness.
Interesting.
So folks that really work together, respect each other, gel together, they don't wallow in mediocrity. They move with alacrity. That's usually the type of usually the type of cultures that I'm looking for.
That's awesome. Yeah. Are you guys finding that at the studio?
I'm finding that.
Awesome.
I'm finding that it's incredible. I think naturally people that are like-minded tend to flock together, but you also know to look for them as well. And I love the faith-based also aspect of the studio.
Okay.
Just good values, good core values.
That's awesome. Have you ever worked with companies that kind of express those values outwardly before?
I have to say no.
Okay.
I have to say no. This is the first one.
Yeah, that's an interesting experience as well, right? I mean, they don't put a fish on the door or something like that, but they do try to live out their values, that's for sure. And really caring for a team, for serving people as a part of the mission, right? And it's really trying to, help vulnerable people and solve some big problems. It's awesome. So tell me a little bit about you as an investor as well, because I've heard you're part of the investment, or made an investment as well as Eagle Venture Studio. What, encouraged you to actually take a step as an investor alongside of collaborating?
Well, a big part of it was being educated on how to do that. In terms of opportunities, there's a lot of investors that don't really know that if you have an IRA, you can self-direct it. So I got educated by Wade, by Mark, on there's different ways. Also why I love this company is that they're looking for ways that people that have savings can direct it, not take a tax hit. I'm still fairly young, not quite young. I'm sure I'm older than you. But I can't draw from that money. So you look at what's going on in the economy right now, and an opportunity to say, hey, you can self-direct it in some pretty exciting things. That was very appealing to me because I had no idea you could do that. And the company has been very, very open about educating what the different investment types are. So it's not you don't have to be afraid to ask questions. It's just very embracing. People got your back. They want to help you through that process. The other piece that was big to me is how I forgot to tell you how the relationship started. So I got out to Texas. I formed my own, actually it's been around for a while, but I formalized it, my own advisory consulting firm, Pond Square Global Capital Solutions. Got some consulting engagements and fractional work. Met my former business partner doing that, and we had met Mark and discussed doing the advisory arm. And so I got to learn a lot more about the studio and its portfolio companies through that process. As I learned more and more and more and more about the people, I said, okay, I think I need to make a leap. I think this is a good home for me to take my skill set and be potentially an accelerator. Because that's what I do. I'm a transformation person. I've done a lot of M&A, accelerated companies in different stages. And so within my knowledge suite, well, my SME suite. But also what I liked is Wade has described a couple times about the supply chain experience. So when he talks about the opportunity to invest in something that you can make money, but you're impactful. A lot of people confuse that with, well, it has to be nonprofit to make an impact. And that's not necessarily true. What I liked about it is, okay, for-profit impact, I can take my money, I can accelerate it. I can not just write a check and be part of something big and helping accelerate that for not only me, but for investors around me, and actually say, okay, if and when I make this money, God willing, I'm still making an impact and changing people's lives. And it's looked at across all links of the supply chain. And so Wade told a beautiful story about, I think it was brown shoes or something like that. I'm probably getting this wrong. But you got to look at if you go into a country and drop shoes, Tom's shoes, right? They weren't doing a bad thing. They were trying to help. But they didn't look at the next chain. They didn't look at the economic structure. They didn't look at, okay, well, what about the people that have the cows, that make the leather, that shoe stores and all that. So they didn't realize that. What I've seen is Eagle Venture Studio leadership looks at that. They look at every link to make sure that there's not any type of collateral damage as they're making impact. And that really resonated with me as a supply chain expert because that's what I'm looking at when I'm trying to get sources and support supply chains for manufacturing platforms.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, we often said a talented team on a redemptive mission, fighting in a battle that matters. You've got a good team, you can trust the people that you're working with, and you can, have good, interaction with them and work on like a mission together. I mean, that goes back to a lot of the team members are former military, right? They just like being on mission, accomplishing a task, taking the hill, as it were.
That's right.
So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and it sounds like you might even have some opportunities. One of Eagle Venture Funds. So I spent a little more time on it. It spends a lot of time in their supply chain transparency in some of their companies. So maybe one of these days you'll have to connect with some of those companies too.
I would love that.
It's awesome.
I just love looking for further kaleidoscope ring, so to speak.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is the technology. So I grew up in technology, semiconductor, so it was more the firmware, not the software side of it. But there's big margins in software if you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Right? And they're very low. There's a lot of upfront costs, but once that cost is sunk, it's done.
Yeah.
And then it's just repeatable. So that's also very exciting
Yeah.
to invest in that. And again, not just writing a check, but being part of the process.
Yeah, coming on the team, helping the companies grow.
And I'm very, very humbled to be selected to be part of that team. I really am.
It's really cool. And so far you're already helping 2 of the companies, and there's potential to help the 7 other ones that they're building.
Yeah, I'm currently an investor, I believe, in all the portfolio companies, except, they keep adding more. So
Yes.
I can't say all
Yeah.
yet. So I was asked to take a look at, or actually I was trying to convince them to take a look at doing further expansion. So I have been in 34 countries doing business over the course of my years in ground.
Oh, wow.
I like to tease people with, it's not on the web, it's not through Zoom, it's actually in ground. On ground, doing business. And so that appeals to me. And we already are represented in, I think, we're in Zurich, we're in Singapore, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I have a lot of experience in Southeast Asia.
Nice.
And so naturally I thought, maybe there's an opportunity to support the studio and getting a footprint maybe in India or other areas they want to explore.
Yeah.
And each company that is within the studio, there's opportunities there for expansion in those areas. So I'm hoping I could add value.
That's awesome.
In the accelerator capacity and the relationships that I have over there in the network.
It's great to have people that come into a space and they're looking for how they can serve and get involved. We're a part of a community. It's one of the things that Eagle helps to operate called the Clapham Accelerator. It's a group of people that focus on fighting human trafficking together. And just that willingness for people who come in the room together all with one purpose, trying to solve a specific problem, in this case, ending trafficking. But in particular, just willing to serve one another in order to accomplish the task. And so it's so fun to have people jump on the team in the studio and say, hey, I'm here. I want to bring everything that I have, everything that I've learned in all these years of business and experience, and bring it to the table and help rock these companies forward. So
looking for a home, I always ask myself, and I ask people that work around me, why are you here other than a paycheck?
Interesting.
It's important.
Yeah.
Come to work every day. We talk about job versus work, but we can come into an environment and it just be exciting to be around the people and working with them. That's about you making money. That's just a bonus. But a bigger bonus is the fact that you are making a difference in the world. That's why I went into nonprofit work is, who am I? Subordinate, I'm a corporate making money. Well, what is that? What's my legacy? So I think that this is a huge opportunity for me to also explore those areas where I can touch it. There's touch points. And the trafficking is one area, and there may be other areas. Who knows?
That's awesome. Man, really quickly, why did you decide to go more deeply into an accelerator? You could have been an angel investor or just invested in a fund that was already doing some of the work. But being in kind of this venture studio accelerator type of environment, it's a little bit different. It requires more work.
It does. I'm one of those people that make up things to do.
Right.
That's what my husband says. I can't sit still. But also, I worked really hard for that IRA. So if I have an opportunity to come in and not just write a check, but be part of helping not only myself, but everybody around me accelerate and grow, why sit by the sidelines? especially since the folks that are there I want to be around. Right?
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest reason.
Yeah.
Is having that opportunity because it's really unique. Not everybody gets that opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can't remember the exact number of venture studios around the country, but it's not a lot.
It's a new concept.
Yeah.
Relatively new concept that I think is taken on. It's repeatable. It's very execution centric. It's lean. I've worked in lean environments quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that's what's really most appealing is you take a solid team, you build repeatable playbooks, and you do it again and again and again and again.
Nice.
And then everybody thrives, and it just gets more exciting, and it creates more opportunities. If I can be in there to support, as I said, I talked about being a bit of an old timer with a lot of experience. It's nice to see some brilliant folks within this team that I'm learning from too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot from them. They're learning from me. We're growing together, and I didn't have that. This concept didn't exist in my career, so it was traditional corporate, maybe more on the entrepreneurial side, but not the studio concept.
Yeah.
So to see these, I saw youngins that are very, very brilliant be CEOs in like a year. Are you kidding me? And me being an opportunity to mentor them, and that. So I see that too. It's a bit selfish.
Yeah.
But I want to be a mentor as well.
That's awesome.
So that helps me. That's just part of rounding out, not just writing a check and accelerating not only the company, but accelerating the people within the company. Yeah.
If only everybody that's in the venture entrepreneur kind of investment ecosystem had that same vision, it could really be a healthy, exciting place to engage. That's awesome.
Actually helping others than yourself.
Nice. Awesome.
Yes. It's unique quality. I work at it every day.
Yeah. We're all learning.
We all work at it every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thanks so much for spending time with me today. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to get more people a chance to learn more about Eagle Venture Studio and the companies within it, because I'm excited to see them grow and blossom and just really impact the world.
It's an exceptional place. It's going to go big. It's big now. It's going to go big quick.
Awesome.
All right.
Very cool. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.